Good evening, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. So we had quite a busy couple of days with this nor'easter. Now, by definition, it was a nor'easter, and some areas saw quite a bit of rain. Some saw quite a bit of snow. There was places that were getting 12 inches, 14 inches of snow. One of my friends and my colleague, Brian Fitzgerald, he got over a foot of snow at his house. He lost power. Then me, I got maybe an inch or two, and that was about it. But I got a lot of rain. And then there were spots that got up to 4 inches of rain. So this was quite a dynamic system. There was a lot going on. And that is pretty much over. We're just dealing with the winds right now. There's also a coastal flooding issue that's possible as well. Just because with the winds, that's pushing water onshore. And we have astronomical high tide in combination with these winds being forcing the water. So yeah, there's a coastal flooding risk still overnight tonight with the high tide cycle. So if you do live in a coastline community, definitely keep that in mind. Now tomorrow, it's looking like a better day. It's going to be dry. It's pretty much like today. A little bit less clouds, so the sun's going to be popping out a little bit more. But it's still going to be a little bit breezy. Nothing like yesterday or today, but we may be seeing still 10 to 20 mile per hour winds gusting up to say 30. So that's something you have to keep in mind as well. Now I'm going to show you a couple of things here. So I have on the screen live radar right now. I don't have it looping, but there's really nothing to have looping with this. It's just pretty much showing almost nothing out here. And that's what we're going to be expecting for the rest of today, tonight, and even for most spots tomorrow. Now, let me switch this here to the satellite. Satellite looks kind of interesting. This is infrared satellite. So on this side, this is temperature scale in Kelvin. So the warmer ones, these darker colors, that either means low cloud or very thin cloud. These brighter colors, that's very high clouds typically. It's because the higher up you go in the atmosphere, the warmer it is. Or the cooler it is, I should say. But you still got a little streak here of some clouds. And that's pretty much going to be starting to clear up overnight tonight. Now another thing is we're going to be dealing with maybe on eastern areas. Once you go into, say, the Twin Forks of Long Island, eastern Connecticut, going into maybe the Boston area, there could be maybe a little sprinkle or maybe just a little flurry, but that's pretty much it. Now, there was a couple of things. Before I show you what I want to show you to end the video, when I got home, I was pretty much working on editing, so I did promise you guys that I'll be doing a How to Drive manual series. And that's working right now. I'll show you a quick little preview of it right here. Maybe? Oh, it helps if I select that. So that particular episode has to do with rev matching. So essentially I have a guide here. So episode 1 is pretty much just going to be getting going, understanding the controls, what the different pedals are. Episode 2 is this one that I'm editing right now, rev matching, why it's important, how it can either help or hurt the car if you do it right or incorrectly. Next up is going to be hill starts. Hill starts have changed with manual transmission cars over the years. And that's going to be something I'm going to talk about in that episode. After that, it's going more into the clutch. What is a clutch? Actually, on eBay, if you follow me on Instagram, and I think Twitter I did too, but definitely on Instagram, I uploaded a video or a picture showing different parts of the clutch, the pressure plate, the clutch itself, and the flywheel. So I have that. And after we do the episode on the clutch, then we have heel-toe downshiftting. That's something I've been trying to work on, which is good to have and it's convenient, but it's a little bit tricky. And then to end the series, it's on engine braking. Some myths about engine braking. Not braking an engine, meaning you're destroying the engine. Braking as in slowing the car down using the engine. We'll talk more about that in that episode. But that's pretty much the 6 episodes in this mini-series that will be coming up. And now the last thing I want to show you guys. Let me see. Oh, it moved on me. It was a little preview going into this coming week. Right here. So I'm only going to show you the GFS right now because this one's quite interesting. And there's some weather companies out there that are kind of going hard with this. This is Wednesday. Here's our next snowstorm. Seeing some snow in there, rain. It looks very similar to the one we had yesterday. So we have to be very cautious with that. Some forecast models are showing that behind me. Others are showing that we're going to be pretty much dry, so it's still a little bit of a challenge, but definitely hit subscribe below and the little bell icon right next to that so you get subscribed and you get notified whenever I upload a weather video or I go live. And when I finish uploading my How to Drive Manual series, you definitely want to stick around for that because it's quite interesting to learn how to drive manual. I've learned here and there over the past years, but you really don't know how to drive manual really well until you daily drive one for a week or two. It took me about 2 weeks to kind of get used to it, and now I'm pretty good at it. So that's something very interesting. So again, subscribe and you'll have a lot more content coming. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Have a great evening, everybody, and I'll see you guys around in the next video.